What if I told you that there are actually only 5 core AI skills that would separate those who are thriving in 2025 and beyond and those who are struggling? And those are not 50 complicated techniques. Those are just 5 fundamental skills you need to master to amplify everything you do. In this video, I'm breaking down exactly what they are. Some of them are not what most AI experts are talking about. And my philosophy, and I hope that translates to you, is that instead of chasing shiny objects and jumping on new tools all the time, you focus on mastering those skills. They will give you sustainable leverage over the next few years. Welcome to my channel. I'm Elena, and I'm here on this channel talking about all things AI, digital income streams, building a thriving, sustainable and authentic one-person business in 2025 and beyond. If you haven't already subscribed to this channel, make sure you do that. Let's jump into the video. People are getting increasingly overwhelmed by everything that is happening in AI, all the new tools released every day, all the new models, all the things. What's concerning to me is that I meet more and more people that feel they're already behind and discouraged from starting because they don't know where to start. So I wanted to create this video to break down the things that, in my experience of someone who's been working within AI since 2018, like I definitely see that will be the differentiator. If you focus on mastering those skills and learning, it's going to make a huge difference in your life. I will be breaking down those 5 skills. So let's jump into skill number 1. You guessed it, it's prompting, but it's not what you think. I'm not going to talk about prompt engineering and finding these mechanisms of creating the perfect prompt. Honestly, I want to simplify this for you as much as possible because it doesn't have to be this complicated. So why that matters is that basically that is your vessel of communicating with AI, right? That unlocks the potential, the full potential of any AI tool that you want to be using. And what I'm talking about is adaptive prompting. So what does adaptive prompting means? It means you treat the prompt as a conversation and not as a command. So it removes the pressure of creating this really long, but instead you just focus on explaining what you want to explore. Why are you there? What is your issue? What is your goal? What is your problem you're trying to solve? Who is your customer? What is your business? What are you struggling with? Anything like that's your intent, right? It starts with intent. So adaptive prompting, and it's rather a dialogue. You just come to AI saying, this is my intent today. Let's go from there. And then you start the conversation. I highly recommend using voice. I think so many people are missing this. Just use voice. Just talk to AI. Talk to Claude, talk to chatgpt, like just voice record what you want to achieve. This is the biggest hack, and I wish more people knew about that because it would definitely unlock the different types of results that you can get from AI. Secondly, I want to mention within the prompt skill is that it is also a skill of cross-prompting. So what I mean by that is that there's different types of tools, right? So let's say we have Midjourney and we have ChatGPT. Midjourney is for creating images, ChatGPT is for everything. So you want to become good in prompting Midjourney, in really creating high quality images and really for Midjourney to understand what is that you're after. How you can cross prompt. You go to ChatGPT and you basically, again, brain dump, or you can write as well, but you outline everything that you want to have in the image, like the aesthetics, the colors, the vibe, the composition, like whatever you can come up, right? And you ask it to craft a prompt for Midjourney specifically. It creates a prompt, you copy it, you paste it into Midjourney. Again, I wouldn't say this is the best way, but this is a way for you to learn. You can ask AI to create prompts. And so the last tip I want to share here that a lot of people are missing when they just get overwhelmed by prompting. So they literally just go to ChatGPT. I want a social media post about parenting. Like, you will get the outcome as everyone else gets. That's not going to be good. And basically a lot of people give up at this point and they were like, oh, that was not good. Yes, but that's not AI's fault. You haven't really mastered the skill of this prompting conversation, so you don't get good outputs. Ask AI to create a comprehensive prompt that will help you to achieve your goal. If I don't really know what to prompt, you just go ahead and ask ChatGPT to create a prompt for you. Okay, skill number 2, it's creation. So everything that has to do with creating. It will be creating videos. So using tools like Sora or Runway. It will be visual creation, so creating images and different types of digital assets. So it will be audio production. You can create music with apps like Suno. You can create voiceovers with apps like 11 Labs. So with tools like Lovable, you can create software, you can create websites, you can create apps, you can create whatever you want just by chatting with AI. So it's no-code tools that are available now. Creation with AI is so essential. You don't have to get overwhelmed with learning them all. You need to just choose whichever resonates with you more. If you're a visual person, you can start with images or videos. If you're excited about building an app, try that out. So you can stack those skills over time. Being a business owner, a solopreneur, you can use all those tools to create consistent brand assets. You can use images, videos, generating music that reflects the vibe of your brand. You can use that for branding. If you're like me and you have different income streams, then you can use for creating digital products, you can use for providing consulting services, you can use for providing services such as generating images for certain brands. So just with one skill, one of these skills itself, you can create a business just around one of them. So that's a really important skill. Skill number 3 is what I call connect. I translate everything for someone who wants to build a thriving business in the upcoming years. This is how I translate those skills. So connecting to me means building meaningful relationship with your audience. So this skill is enhanced writing. So how to leverage AI to make sure that you write in a way that your audience understands and they find it valuable. So crafting clear messages in your tone of voice, right, which is a huge game changer. So that's a combination of skills, I would say, prompting and connecting. By stacking those skills, you're able not to just create good text, right? For a newsletter or social media platform, you're actually able to create a text that sounds like you, in your tone of voice, in your style and the way that you communicate. You can ensure the consistency of your messaging by leveraging this skill. The other part of this skill is content repurposing. So it's a huge time saver. So for example, if you are having a big piece of content like a YouTube video, newsletter, or blog article, you can repurpose that into multiple types of social media content, right? Like reels, carousels, posts, pins, you name it. It could be multiple different things. Leveraging AI to understand your audience a little bit better and then targeting content towards them. One of the practical tips I can give is that you can use your content that you've already created and ask AI to analyze it, to see any patterns, to see which one performs best, and then suggest a plan based on that. So number 4 is research. Performing research with AI is one of the most powerful and democratizing things that has happened with small businesses, one-person businesses, and solopreneurs, because out of a sudden you have access to such rich information and comprehensive analysis that previously only big corporations were able to pay for. So to create a very comprehensive, in-depth market research and trend prediction report, like that cost a lot of money. And now with deep research feature, for example, you can do it just in a matter of minutes. And that blows my mind every day. But I just want to emphasize that the skill of research is super important. So that allows you to really do some deep investigation investigation into current market trends, future trends prediction, into analyzing what's happening in social media, analyzing any intelligence that has been published by reliable sources, and also see that everything is coming from reliable sources. So that is a game changer for any business. This is gold. Market analysis, of course, identifying opportunities for your niche, brainstorming new product ideas, coming up with new income streams. Like, everything lays in your ability to do research with AI. You can also use it for competition research, identifying your competitors in your niche and then analyzing what are they doing and so on, and then using that as learning from successful approaches, like seeing what makes sense to integrate in your business. My practical tip here is when you're learning this skill is really leverage different, don't just rely on one tool. You can use ChatGPT, you can use Perplexity, you can use Claude and others as well, but find the one that you are most comfortable with and get experimenting. Skill number 5 is automate. Automating is ultimately the end game for a lot of things in your business. I put it last because it doesn't make sense to automate things that you haven't really created yet, or things that you're just in an early stage of exploring. So to me, this is like the last skill. Once you've mastered all the previous ones, you can move on to this one. And it's basically, what is the way to multiply the impact without multiplying your hours spent on it? So once you have certain workflow, let's say you're creating content and you found your flow, you're using AI to do research, connect with the audience, and then you can think, okay, how can I connect different tools and platforms so they talk to each other? But for that, you really need to have tested certain things and know, okay, this is my workflow. And of course, it can always be improved, but I would recommend that it comes from you. This is some way of working that you found helpful, and then you can automate that to the extent that makes sense. Here you can use tools like make.com or Zapier or MindPal. Big part of the skill is, of course, AI agents. I would say building and employing AI agent is a skill on its own, but I think for this part of the video, I would just put it into automate, because this is a way to automate things. It's a different skill set on its own, but once you're comfortable with automating and once you have access to different types of agents that you could either create from scratch, but you can also like use the ones that are already created, and then you just delegate a lot of tasks. And here you will have to test the boundaries of the freedom you want to give. I think right now we're in a very interesting time when everyone is in this exploration phase. Working with AI agents and building AI agents would fall into the automating, or like the automate skill. So the practical tip here is just start by automating one repetitive task and focus on the ones that drain you, and then just do it once and see how it works, give it time to integrate, and then you can move on to the next one. Okay, so here you have it, 5 skills or skill clusters. If you want to thrive in the next coming years, please don't wait. Just start exploring and learning. Whatever sparks your curiosity, follow the tips I give and start with one tool. Remember, this is like building muscle in the gym. It's not about just like trying to prompt something and this result sucks, AI sucks, I'm not gonna even do that. Like, as soon as you overcome it and put in more effort, you put in more reps, and then you will see the results. You will also notice is that your curiosity, like you will start identifying more and more opportunities on how you can use AI. It becomes like this super activated brain of yours that will see connections, like how you can leverage different tools together. And I think it's fascinating. This is how my brain works. This is where I thrive. I was thinking about myself, right? So I'm a solopreneur. I don't intend to employ teams of people. I don't intend to run a billion-dollar company. I want to build a business that is centered around my life, that is bringing a lot of revenue, but also doesn't let me work all the time. From this perspective, this is how I think about those skills. The last thing I want to mention, it's last but absolutely not least, and I don't think it's a skill per se, but I think it's a really important thing to keep in mind when you work with AI, when you're learning, when you're exploring, and that is your ethics compass and your moral compass. To me, it's like a lens that I use through all those skills. In practical terms, for example, if you're creating images, just don't copy someone's image and create an image from that. Don't copy someone's exact style. When you create text, don't just copy paste it. When you create something with AI, be transparent. This kind of awareness that these tools do have limitations, and there is still, in a lot of cases, it's uncharted territory. Do not outsource your common sense to the tools. So keep your common sense, keep your moral compass, think about like, how am I using these tools? Make sure that you're using them intentionally and mindfully. I recommend reflecting and thinking about this and see what comes up for you. Thank you for watching this video. Subscribe to my channel if you like this type of content, and I'll see you in the next one.